Hello, thank you for coming back to the channel. I'm so excited about this topic because it's really, really helped me. And I'm probably the only one who's noticing a bit of gray on my head. Anyway, this is where I talk about courage of the heart and peace in the mind and how important that is for motherhood and for someone who's battling with a mental health problem. And I'm on the journey of finding help, and it's been so good and taking small steps to freedom and to self-acceptance and self-love. And I really believe that's the solution for myself, for my family, and for the whole world. I guess that's what we're after. World peace. um, so I have learned a lot about cognitive behavioral science, and it is actually where you take a thought and work with the thought. Dialectical behavior therapy is where you kind of manipulate the thought, like you really force a thought onto yourself. Whereas I love the CBT, where you can actually just train your mind. Yeah, that's what I really love. And with every thought, it influences our emotions, and that will influence our actions. So it starts with the mind, it starts with what we think, because they can fester a bit if we don't look after ourselves. So I sometimes feel really challenged by negative thoughts. They happen all the time because life doesn't run smoothly. My friend used to say life is not a pony farm. Yeah, that's true. I love ponies. I wish I had one. So in this case, every thought can have an element of truth to it, but very often, in my case, it's negative, and I just really want to have more positive thoughts, and I want to challenge these negative thoughts. And there's a really, really good way of checking with them. So do the works. It's what I use in coaching, and it's been really effective for my clients and for myself. So if there's a thought, we take it captive. That's a biblical phrase. Take every thought captive. It's amazing. They can't get away if we capture them and look at them and be like, hang on, you thought, why are you in my mind, and what are you after? And I won't let you come to my secret place where my heart is, where my core beliefs are. That's a sacred place. I do not want lies to get in there. So I'm going to challenge this thought and find out what is truth of it and what is maybe something I need to be careful about, because fear is actually there to keep us safe. It's not just to make our lives miserable. So again, some thoughts can be really important, so we can't just like toss them all away and live a pretend life that won't last really long. So we have to live in this world, have our feet on the ground. But this is, again, I'll share with you 4 questions I ask every single thought. The first thought, if a thought comes, is it true? The second one is, going deeper into that same thought, how certain can I be that this thought is true? And you'll find out it feels true because that's emotion. You're like, of course I feel this way. If you challenge it and say, how certain can I be? You will actually notice you can't be that certain, because we don't know everything in the world. Yeah, there's so many things that we only see from a very small perspective, like looking through a keyhole. That's maybe all we see, and there's so much truth behind it. So that all of a sudden shakes you a bit of like, oh, maybe I'm seeing this a little bit, skewed because of all that's going on. Maybe there's actually a different truth to it. Then the third question is, this is really good because that's where you're connecting your thoughts to your emotions. How does it make me feel? And all of a sudden I have to be like, bad, I don't feel good, I feel heavy, all these things. And then you're just like, oh, don't feel good about this thought. It is not a life-giving thought. And then with the fourth question, I feel this is such a relieving question when you just ask yourself, who would I be without this thought? And it's not about a fairy tale ideal you're chasing, but it is actually about a goal, about a strong woman you want to be, about someone who takes life by its horns, who laughs at adversity, who winks at challenges. That's a woman I want to be. So I'm like, that doesn't fit with me whinging about this one thought. And all of a sudden I feel this scary thought has lost its power. So to make it practical, I'll be honest and vulnerable and go through one of the things that I'm going through at the moment. We're looking for a place to live, and it's been quite hard because my husband's really busy. He's always on his laptop, and he doesn't care that much about where he lives. He just wants a desk where he can put his laptop on and a power plug. I have all these other thoughts about what I want my daughter to have. I want to be around nature, so I have this long list, and I have gone to so many inspections and going to inspections, being rejected, reapplying, looking at stuff, scrolling on my eyes just from scrolling. And the hours I've spent doing that was really tiring and emotionally draining, and I felt alone. So that was the thought I had. I am alone in the search of finding a home. And I could go down the rabbit hole of thinking my husband always leaves me, he doesn't lead me, I have to carry this burden by myself, it's always up to me, I'm a slave. It can actually go quite dark, and I don't really love going to that place because it will impact the rest of my day, and I don't want my daughter to see me in a state like that. So I take this thought. I said, is it true? Am I alone? Am I voiceless? Am I abandoned? Then I'll be like, yeah, that's how I feel. Okay, leading to the next question. How certain can I be? Well, if I look at the facts, I'm not alone. I have my husband. He's actually there. He's not run off. He's actually there. He could be more engaged, but that's his journey. But he's there for me. His strength is at my disposal. I just have to ask him and he will do something. Sometimes I just have to ask a few times, but he hasn't refused to help. I have a great support network. I have friends, I have mentors, I have parents-in-laws, I have acquaintances who I can feel trusting that they're going to help me if I ask them for support. So actually, I'm not sure anymore if I'm really alone. That's probably how I feel, but the fact is I have a community around me. That feels a little bit better. Then how does it make me feel? Well, I don't like feeling this way because I can feel pain, I can feel stress physically. It's on my chest and my shoulders. It's like this really uncomfortable feeling, almost like a weight. And I love feeling light, and I love standing straight, and I love taking deep breaths, and that's preventing me from doing that. So it's not feeling very good. So I'm identifying with my emotions and my body that I don't want to have this thought around me. It's not a healthy thought to hold on to. Last point, who would I be without it? Wow, that would be really nice. I would be self-empowered, I would be confident, I would be a go-getter, I would chase the stars, I would show my daughter how to fight for your dreams. I would have high standards and I would reach them because I really believe that we can proclaim things into existence that we really believe and that are good for us. So being open-minded, being open-hearted is who I want to be, and this thought is definitely trapping me, keeping me captive, and that's not me. And all of a sudden, I'm like, whew, I want to get rid of that thought. And then I focus on building myself with really good influence. So I have my podcast, I have my music, my journal, my creative writing. And then a friend is not far away. Counselors are on a phone call away. And yeah, there's so much beauty in the world to look forward to. Don't waste the real estate of your mind on something that's not deserving of being there. I hope this helped you. This is where I talk about peace of the mind and courage of the heart. I hope this helped you. I'm feeling quite emotional right now because this is so important. Please listen to this and share it with friends who need it. I love you. Bye.